Hey there guys, my name's Finn and this is going to be my first tutorial. So basically, today we're going to be creating an effect I used on my entry into Film Riot's Monday Challenge Fighting, which is the effect where I basically kick my friend. Oh, my damn mouse, sorry, it's really bad. Where I kick, oh my god! Where I kick my friend Sam off the ledge of our of my balcony sort of thing. So this is the effect basically. So yeah, there you have it. So yeah, basically it's just me kicking him, he goes flying. But this, I'm sure ours will look better because this one I rushed it and it was my first ever time trying the effect. So yeah, let's get into it. So I've got these two clips here. So I've got this one, drop into a new comp, which is my me kicking. So I'll just sort of, doesn't need to be too long, just like that. So yeah, we've just got me kicking like that. And then I've got this shot, which is a green screen shot of my friend Sam. And obviously, yeah, it's pretty bad green screen because it's not, it's a good green screen, it's just not big enough. So you've got all this area here that's sort of not in the shot. But that doesn't matter too much because it's just like, there's other ways you can do it, but obviously when you guys do it, if you do use a green screen and if you do want this to look really good, then you cover all of this area as well in green screen and don't let his feet go out of shot, because I mean, you don't really notice it, but obviously it's nicer if it doesn't have that. But yeah, so I've got this. So obviously the first thing we want to do is bring our green screen comp into here with the kicking. So first thing, I don't think I'm going to bother keying out the green because I mean it's not going to do anything anyway, because I mean I would have used the green screen, but when I ended up doing this I ended up just rotoscoping him. Obviously it took ages, but it made the final effect look pretty good anyway, so yeah, good things take time. So right, I'll start off by, sorry, my mouse is really annoying, I hate wireless mouses. Just double click on the layer and just basically start rotoscoping the areas that you want, and don't worry about the hair. Try and get it in just sort of like that, but it doesn't matter that much because we'll sort that out so the hair looks nice and sort of like soft, like it's meant to be there. But yeah, basically go through all the frames that you need doing this. It takes a lot of time and you do want to get it like looking nice. But yeah, so that it's so that you've cut him out basically. Obviously that will happen sometimes, just try not to get too upset about that. It won't, it's just that to fix it really. And then obviously if you're using green screen and you've got it completely covered, in green screen, then that's brilliant because it'll save a lot of time. But this is just the way I had to do it, so yeah. So I won't make you watch me rotoscope for ages, so I'll pause the recording and I'll come back to it after I've finished. Right, hey, again. Now that that's done, I've rotoscoped it, and what I did, like, I'll show you how I rendered it with the alpha channel in a minute, but basically what I did, I rotoscoped him out and then added a simple choker and put it into the minuses, so that if you look, we've got this sort of nice edge to it, this sort of outline, but we'll fix that. It's just this will make it it'll look a lot better if you do it this way, because then you can bring all this hair back in and make it look nice and soft and everything. This is just sort of, I made up as I went along and it turned out pretty good. So yeah, do that. And now we want to so I'll show you the rendering options now. So if you I've already rendered it, but I'll show you all the settings and stuff. So look, you've got, after you've rotoscoped it, you'll have something that looks a bit like this, and what you want to do is soften and like choke the matte into sort of the minuses, so that it sort of comes out instead of choking it in, like sort of towards the actor or whatever you're trying to rotoscope. So yeah, expand it out, and then when you render it, just have it in a comp like this, so that you've got this alpha channel. So it's not black, it's not like a solid behind it, it's just this sort of checky nothingness. And then just add it to render queue. And then the settings you need is, I did it as a QuickTime, I think. Where is it? QuickTime. QuickTime. And change the channels. Okay, no, didn't do that. There we go. AVI and RGB plus alpha. So this means it's going to render all of the image, but it's also going to render the alpha channel, so that when you bring it back in, you've already got that transparency that you need. So RGB plus alpha, and I'm pretty sure that's all I did. And then just render it out. Obviously choose your file path and then just render it out. I've already done that, so just render it and then import it back in. And then you'll have this, and then to make this look better, basically what you want to do is go Effect, Matte, Simple Choker, and just sort of choke the matte. So look, if you look at the edges, it's sort of bringing them in, just to sort of maybe around there. You can see here where the green is, but that doesn't matter that much because we're going to key out the green now. So if you, and we'll sort out his flat head there in a minute. So you've got this little green around the hair, and we want that to be nice, soft, sort of realistic looking hair. So if we come Effect, Keying, Key Light, I'd use Primer Matte, but everyone has Key Light that has After Effects, so this will be easier for everyone. So then just pick a nice green, and then you've got this nice sort of soft wispy hair. But then you can also see, you can also see that he's got a bit of a hard, ugly edge to him. So just go Effect, Key Correct, Edge Blur or Matte Feather, and then it's softened up the edge. And it doesn't matter that it looks that bad, because also when you're filming, make sure your actor's not wearing a bright green wristband, because mine had been to a concert a couple of nights before, and he'd had a bright green wristband from it on, and yeah, as you can see, that's the consequence of having that. So it doesn't matter that much, because I mean, you won't notice it, but for what we're doing, it's better if you just don't have that. But it doesn't matter that much, you won't see it. Right, so now we've got this nice looking sort of alpha. I called it Sam Fly Alpha, but anyway, back to it. Mouse. Yeah, just bring in the comp called Samfly Alpha, or whatever it's called, because that's the one that I've made the matte look good. Right, there we go. So now we've got this. So the next thing you want to do is, because if you were to now animate this, I mean, it would look alright, but the only problem is, because look, you've got this movement, that he's moving like this already, what you need to do is make it so that you're in complete control of his position when you animate it, instead of him moving during the animation. Because if you were to animate this now, he'd still fall down more, like, because he was filmed that way. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean. So go into the comp that has him in. What I'd do is just increase the size, because we're going to be sort of animating his position and we don't want it to go out of frame too much. So yeah, bring him to the middle and put a keyframe on the position and scale, like preferably at the beginning, but the beginning of his sort of just before he jumps, and then just go through it and then sort of edit the position a bit, just so idea is his bum area, so it's in sort of roughly the same position as it was at the beginning. Like, that's good. And just sort of go through, edit that, just so it looks good. Do that one. Yeah, that was right. So now you've got this, and then you just want to do the scale as well, so you can see he gets a lot smaller there, and then just scale him up a bit, just so he stays roughly the same. So yeah, that looks good enough for what we're doing. So then you've got this. So if we hide all that, it's Control-Shift-H to hide all of the sort of gizmos and stuff. So yeah, now we've got that. And just check that he's not going out of frame too much, because I mean he's lost his ankle anyway. But if that is happening, select the position, hold Alt. Oh no. Is it Control or Alt? Control. Yeah, Control. Hold Control with all of the position keyframes selected, because otherwise it'll make a new keyframe and he'll go off in funny places. But select all the keyframes, so just click on the position bit here and hold Control, and then you can move all of the keyframes together. Playing one sec. If you can hear that, I can. It's really annoying. But there you go. So now, no, his hand's going out now. So we move him down a bit more. Oh, so I didn't have all the keyframes selected. So select it. Hold Shift. No, doesn't want to work. No, still not. Doesn't want to work. Hold Control. Nope. Oh, that'll do there. Doesn't matter that much. Yeah, you get the idea. Just sort it out so it's in the right place. He doesn't go out of frame too much. I think my footage, it wasn't very good footage anyway. It's probably like the worst kind of footage for this you could ever work with. So I'm sure if you guys are following this tutorial, you'll have much better footage. But now that we've got that all sorted, like the scale and position, we can get to animating him. So if we start him, oh yeah, but here you can see yeah. Alright, so move him to where you want him to be. And also he's really tall, so he's going to be a bit bigger than this. About there. Just sort of try and match the scale as best as you can. And then, so if you try and line them up, so you've got him getting kicked. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So then find the point as he kicks. So I'll keyframe it there. So the position. Go forward to the end of the kick, and then just sort of make him 3D as well. And I'm just going to push him back in Z space a little bit. Just like, actually, no. Sorry, one sec. Sorry about that. I've got a fun run tomorrow and I've got to make my costume. But anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. So in fact, what I've decided to do is find where you want the end of the jump to be. So yeah, I'll just make it here at the end of like the flight. Push him back, sort of, obviously not too far, and bring him down, maybe across a little bit, just so he's all the way out the frame. Actually, what I'm gonna do is we've not got much comp to work with, so I'll just make it so we've got like 2 seconds now. No, apparently not. But yeah, so just extend this out a bit more. So now, and then we'll just bring that to the end. So now you've got the, but at the moment he's just falling down. But now you've got to add a curve to make him go up and then down. And also, a vital thing, actually no, I'll explain that in a minute when we're actually dealing with it. So, I don't think he's going to be quite that high, about there. To add the curve, I'm not sure if it's like this on all computers, but I have to go on the pen tool and just sort of maybe like that, and then that's a little bit high. Let's bring it down a bit, and so it goes back. But what we need is him to go a little bit higher than that, so bring it up a bit more, because you need him to come up above this edge. Obviously it might not be the same for you, but on mine it needs to come up above that edge so that we don't get any sort of so that he doesn't, because he's got to fall behind that ledge, not in front of it. Ooh. So we want him to he needs to come up above it so that then we can bring our mat in and have him fall behind him, like not mat as in like crash mat, as in mat as in like alpha mat thing. I don't know, just not the crash mat kind of mat. So yeah, we need to bring this curve up a little bit more. So just like that'll do. Obviously, this is meant to be like a super kick, so it's going to be. And then at the point where he's all above, so now let's do the mat just to get that out of the way. So the way I like to do it, instead of cutting out of the SAM, like the flying person comp, I use track mats to do it. So if you make a new solid, doesn't matter what colour, and then just hide it, zoom in a bit, and then draw a mask just sort of down there like that, and then around like that. And then obviously nothing's happening at the moment because it's just a mask at the moment. But what we want is for him to go behind there. So we've got to make this into the mat. But at the moment it's just like, look, it's just a masked red solid. But if we set the SAM Flycom, so to bring up the track mat sort of menu down here, there's a button that says toggle switches / modes. Click on that, and then it'll come up here with the track mat feature. And set that to alpha inverted mat. So now we do need to sort that out actually a little bit. Yeah. But you can see that he's going behind it. So he's going down behind the. But we just need to sort out that little bit there where his foot comes through. But that's not too hard. We can just sort of adjust the curve a little bit more. But what I might do is just sort of bring it back further. So no, a bit more. But obviously now I've got like a super duper kick. But oh, so many problems. Right, let's undo all that. Set the mat again. Obviously you've got to sort of work your animation around this mat. Oh, don't forget, don't worry about what that is, because we're gonna the mat's gonna move out the way. So actually, yeah, no, that doesn't matter, don't worry. So for this bit we'll just go down to the mask options, or you can just press M, but I just did it the slow way for some reason. So at this point, we don't want the mat to, in fact, yeah, At this point we don't want the mat to be there, so set a keyframe. But at this point we want the mat to be there, so set another keyframe. And then go back one frame, double click on this mat, this mask even, and move it out of the way. So now it pops into place. But we still need to sort this out because he's not going back far enough. So I'll sort it out. But now, oh yeah, delete this keyframe. So now he's just, the mat's just gonna pop up to there straight away. So it's gonna appear and then he's gonna go down behind it. So what we want to do is just, let me just edit this curve a little bit more. It's gonna look really unrealistic now, but you get the idea. So at this point, he wants to be. In fact, if he comes down a bit, no, he does need to go up more. So if we just bring him, God, I've got a really strong kick. That looks alright, because I'm sure that's not particularly noticeable, but just to be on the safe side for any really like people who love their perfection, we'll just move him just out a little bit so he just misses it. Huh? Yeah, don't worry. Sorry about that. So basically, now we've got that, we'll just move this one over so it doesn't come back round. We want him to be going straight down. Oh, now he's going over there. We want him to come over here, but we don't want him to come out so far. Oh, it's really, really difficult. We want him to go straight down. So that won't look too bad. We just sort of quickly preview that. So yeah. Oh yeah, we do need to, we want this a little bit as well. So yeah, so we've got that. So that looks alright. But we want, at this point, like if he just sort of disappears, he just sort of stops. Obviously that's where the floor is. It doesn't look very good because we've not got him like splatting on the floor or anything, so it's just going to be him sort of frozen there. So on this last keyframe here, if we just trim the clock down so we've got this. Yeah, on this last position keyframe, so yeah, on this last position keyframe, that one there, if we just actually bring that back a frame, and then Control-Shift-H to bring everything back up, just drag him down a little bit further, just so he's that frame. So then we've got, he goes up, so he goes up and comes back down, but behind the ledge. So I was trying to make this tutorial short, but it's obviously not working. Yeah, I know that looks really bad at the moment, but when we've got motion blur and stuff on that, it'll look perfect, you know, look proper movie ready. So, bit loud there. So now we've got him going back and dropping down. But you can still see it looks pretty bad because of this sort of little bit. But if we just bring that back out, I might edit this curve a little bit just so it's not so. No, that's too much. But because he crosses this, it doesn't matter that much. We can always just add another mat around that. But it's just the same technique as doing this one, but you mask it around this instead, so that if he does cross over that, he goes behind it. So yeah, we've got that, but now we've got to sort this mat out a bit because look, you can see it's not very good because it's not quite on the edge. So if we go into our solid settings and then find the keyframe that it pops up, double click the mask and just move it up a little bit. Now that looks a lot better. And also if you just feather it by sort of 2 or 3 pixels, it'll sort of make it really like everything blend in nicely. And we've still got to edit that a little bit further. So if we just zoom out, come to Samfly Alpha, and just drag that down there, just so it's out of shot, so you can't see him. All right, there we go. So he kicks and falls. Right, that's looking pretty cool. Now we've got to sort this leg out, because obviously it needs to be kicking here, not like air, and Sam just happens to fly. So we're gonna use I'm sorry for people who don't have CS5, I think it is, and above, but I'm gonna use the Roto brush tool just because it's so much quicker and stuff. But if not, you'll just have to go through it and just use the matte thing again and just keyframe it to follow the leg as he goes. But yeah, it's not too hard. It's just like it'll just take a little bit of time. But if you spend the time and get it looking good, then obviously you're gonna have a better finished product. So, but yeah, so that's good. So now if we just have a look at that with motion blur, so toggle switches again, and turn on motion blur for this, and turn on motion blur for the comp, so that you can actually see the motion blur. You can see that it looks pretty cool. So just wait for that to render through so you can have a quick preview. There you go. So it just looks like it's meant to be. It looks just like it's more realistic, because motion blur is always nice. There we go. I've just realised how hard it is going to be to link up the audio with this, because I'm recording it separately, but don't worry about that. It's my problem, not yours. But there you go. So you've got that. So we'll turn off motion blur just to make everything render a bit quicker. Yeah. So now let's sort out this leg. So what you want to do is Control D to duplicate this background layer, this footage layer, and then bring it above the Samfly comp, so it's above it, so you can't see Sam anymore. And then double click on that layer. There we go. Right. Let's close that one for now. So now we've got this. So click on the Roto brush tool and then just sort of start rotoing it out. But obviously it's because there's a lot of motion blur on his leg, so it's not gonna want to work too good. But just sort of refine it and get it looking really nice. Yeah, basically, yeah. Go through that and do that. And I'm not going to make you again watch me rotate for ages, so I'll just pause the recording. So hey, I've obviously it looks really bad, but I'll go through that and sort of edit it to make it look just a little bit neater. But basically, to make it look a little bit better, because obviously I'm not going to spend ages on this because it's just a tutorial. But obviously, if you guys were doing this for like a big project or something, you'd want to spend a bit more time on it. But for now, because it's just a tutorial, I'm just going to sort of show you a few little ways to make it look a bit better, and then you can spend as much time rotating it as you want. Also, high shutter speed really helps, because then you get less motion blur. But for this, if we just turn up the smooth, sort of get rid of all those jaggedy edges from our matte and feather it, because obviously there's a lot of motion blur, so you're going to want to feather it quite a lot. And just choke it in a little bit, because you can see when we feathered it, it expanded it out. So obviously, look, you can see that's looking a lot better already, and with like a lot of speed, that's going to look really cool. So let's have a look. Why is our matte not working now? That's rather weird. That's really weird, actually. That's very, very weird. Oh yeah, that's right. You need to bring the matte down, because obviously now it's under. It was I'll explain in a minute. Let me just sort this back out. Just reset that. Basically, what happened was because this was in between the mat and the footage, it wasn't doing anything because they've got to be next to each other. They've got to be neighbours, otherwise it's not going to work. But you can see now it's working again, so it's all good. It's all good. Just close this one. So now you can see we've almost pretty much got the final effect. So yeah, then just render that out however you want. Colour correct it. I'll be doing another tutorial on colour correction and like how to get that nice film look, which I'll probably put on today as well. But yeah, basically that's your effect. So yeah, make sure before you render it motion blur is turned on so you get that nice proper look. Add some sound effects, some maybe widescreen bars, and oh, what's happened there? Why has he disappeared? No. Why have you disappeared, man? Dude. What's happening? Oh, don't worry. It doesn't matter that much. Just, what's happening to you? Just, anyway. No. Anyway, well, we had the final effect, but now something's happened and it doesn't want to work anymore, but yeah, you get the idea. It'll work fine for you. But, yeah, there you go. Why is that happening? That's really annoying. Oh well. So, oh, it's something to do with the mat. Well, there's your final effect, but the mat doesn't want to work for the foot, but, I think it was just after the section of rotoscoping, it didn't, it sort of just rotoscoped the whole thing and made all of that invisible. But, anyway, doesn't matter that much, because, it'll work fine for you guys. Just check your rotoscoping before, check everything before you render. Make sure it's perfect. And then yeah, that's your effect. So thanks for watching, and I am Finn. Subscribe, because I've got a really small audience. I've got like 20 subscribers, so subscribing would really help, and comment on the video for other tutorials you'd like to see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.